Hello everyone, I'm Dr. R.B.Gireesh. I'm one of the pediatric consultants working at Walsall Manor Hospital. I'm the named guardian of safe working at Walsall Healthcare NHS Trust. This is an opportunity for me to introduce myself, my role, and some details about exception reporting. In terms of the main role, as per the Guardian of Safe Working Hours instituted in 2016, it's aimed at safeguarding the working hours of doctors and also to provide safety for the patients in the NHS. It's noted that significant staff fatigue is hazardous both to the patients as well as to the staff themselves. Hence, as a guardian of safe working, I aim to protect the patients as well as yourselves so that there is no burnout and the work environment is safe. In terms of my responsibilities, I function as the champion of safe working hours for the junior doctors. I look into the exception reports put in by the junior doctors as per the 2016 Terms and Conditions of Service for training and try to escalate issues to the relevant executive directors for early decision and actioning. I also try to intervene to reduce any identified risks noted for the junior doctors or the patient safety mechanisms. I do propose work schedule reviews where persistent or regular breaches in safe working hours is noted in any division. And if warranted, some fines can be imposed from my end, wherein these monies could be used to improve junior doctors' training and service opportunities. On the intranet, you can look into the Trust Doctors in Training Induction Handbook, where appropriate links are provided for putting in exception reports, as well as to know the details about safe working hours and the rota rules. First and foremost responsibility, as I mentioned, is regarding exception reporting. As junior doctors, you need to complete exception report whenever the work deviates from your work schedule, which could be in the form of missed regular breaks during long shifts, or it could be missed training opportunities or educational hours, or it could be relating to immediate safety concerns, or if you think you worked additional hours than what is stipulated in your rota. These are the reasons you should put in an exception report. And putting in an exception report, it's ideal to do within the first 24 hours when you're identified, especially if there is an immediate safety concerns. However, an exception report could be put in within 7 days of the day it has happened if you wish to request a payment or a resolution. If not, it could be put in until up to about 14 days from the day it has happened. The earlier we report, better it is for looking into the problems and resolving the issues. Once the exception report is put through, then it is the duty of both the trainee as well as the trainee supervisor, the clinical supervisor, or the educational supervisor to meet up with yourselves as the trainee who has put in the exception report to resolve the issue. I, as the guardian of safe working, also have oversight of these exception reports, and so does the postgraduate DME who looks into any of the training related exception reports. Ideally, following this discussion of an exception report, supervisor should agree with the trainee regarding to providing time off in lieu or paying any additional hours back in the form of locum payment, or if any missed training opportunities, the same time could be provided in the near future for the training. Exception reports ideally should be closed within a 7-day time frame. However, if these are not completed within the stipulated time, then I, as the guardian of safe working, could look into these and go to close the exceptions where they might sometimes attract monetary fines for the particular department. The longer the time available as guardian of safe working, it would be better for me to look into these reports. Going into the immediate safety concerns, if noted, it's good to highlight what the circumstances were which led to this immediate safety concern and speak to your senior colleague, a clinician who's responsible for the service, or the on-call consultant for their attention as soon as possible. Ideally, once reporting exception reports with immediate safety concerns, it is sensible to log in what we say an incident report on the trust intranet via the safeguard. Ideally, this should be looked into within a 24-hour time frame and acted upon by the relevant supervisor. And most important advice for the clinical supervisor or the educational supervisor who is completing the exception report is that they should arrive at an initial decision which should be upheld and the trainee request granted in discussion with the trainee and the circumstances which led to the exception report. If this is not possible, then a combined review outcome could be agreed along with the trainee, which could be in the form of local payment for the extra hours worked, or providing toil, which is time off in lieu, granted at a suitable later date, or if it is a missed self-directed learning time, that could be reimbursed at a later date. If these aren't agreed within a timely fashion, then I, as a guardian of safe working, would look into these, and this may attract fine, which could be applied on the department if there is delay in having an outcome. Further, as a guardian of safe working, we may go to request prospective changes with work schedule reviews for the department and also look into organizational changes which may be needed to overcome these recurrent patterns. Please note that ideally a meeting and the outcome should be done within a 7-day time frame once the exception report has been put in on a particular day. Some of the situations which could attract a fine include if there are breaches when the maximum average hours, more than 48 hours worked in a week, or it could be due to a maximum of 72 hours work in any 168 hours period, which is an whole 7-day week, or if a single shift exceeds a maximum of 13-hour duration, or if there is a minimum hours of 11 hours rest is not achieved within a 24-hour time frame. This is excluding any on-calls. Also, if on-call rest requirements are breached, where we need at least 8 hours rest in a 24-hour period, or if we haven't had a 5 hours break in the continuous shifts during night period. If the breaks are missed on 25% of the occasions in a 4-week period, then this also attracts fines levied by the guardian of safe working. Most important to note is that if any fines are applied, then 37.5% is paid to the trainee, while 62% of the amounts go into the guardian of safe working fine pot. Doctors need to be aware of the 2018 contract refresh as issued by the NHS employers, where there are fact sheets on safety limits and rest periods. This can be looked into on Google. There are fact sheets on rota rules at a glance. As per the Schedule 3 of the Terms and Conditions for Service for the NHS Employers Contract 2016. The latest sort of terms and conditions are as per the version 10 published on 1st of November 2022. Further, my responsibility goes in terms of holding the Guardian of Safe Working and Junior Doctor Forum meetings. These are the forum where various representatives attend, including the BMA rep And the junior doctors, the forum, this is the best opportunity for you to come up with any of the problems which are ongoing, and if any remedial measures could be suggested from your end. I tend to hold quarterly meetings for the Junior Doctor Forum where we could discuss upon any of the decisions, including how best we could use the money from the Guardian of Safe Working pot for training improvements. In terms of my further responsibilities, it involves resolving rota issues, which could be identified through the exception reports or in discussion with the Junior Doctor Forum. And these will be discussed with various departments, including the medical HR and medical education, senior managers, and of course, the junior doctors to help with suggestions. I might request a work schedule review to be undertaken in particular departments to help overcome these problems. Work schedule reviews could be requested by the Guardian of Safe Working in discussion with the JDF and other trust directors. One of my other responsibilities involves developing quarterly reports and annual reports for the Chief Medical Officer and other related directors. This is where I tend to identify the various risks and the themes so that they're put forward to identify the trends and arrive at resolutions. These are presented at the various board meetings, including the joint local negotiation committee and the JDF meetings as well. My role as the Guardian of Safe Working differs from that of the Director of Medical Education. My job relates to just looking into exception reports and running of the JDF forums, looking into rota issues and signposting any problems relating to contractual hours. While the role of the Director of Medical Education relates to training opportunities, supervision, and undergraduate and postgraduate medical education. We do have good BMA support, which could be helpful if the trainees look into the BMA website. This could be relating to training and development opportunities and also regarding any benefits, advice, and support helplines. These are some of the useful links which could be looked into for further information. I can be contacted through the switchboard, through bleep 2055, or through my email as detailed above. Thank you very much for taking time to listen to my presentation. Thank you.